Copper, let's go for a walk. Get my walking stick. So today I have a little bit of a story to tell. I grew up with 3 other brothers and we all did gymnastics. We were all homeschooled, so we saw each other quite a bit, and of course we got on each other's nerves and fought a lot, and that just kind of was the nature of things. And when I was about 6 years old, I was doing a recreational gymnastics class, and my teacher was this kind of very rebellious looking guy, like crazy colored hair, tattoos, had his own tattoo gun, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, just kind of a crazy guy. Let's go, Copper, let's go. And I loved him. It was one of my favorite teachers I ever had. And yeah, so one day we were playing at home, my brothers and I was running from our basement floor all the way up to the first floor of the house, and our basement wasn't finished. It was a pretty tiny house, and the stairs were just wooden, and I tripped and smacked like my lip right here on the stair in front of me, and it kind of just burned off, rubbed off all the skin there, so I just had this giant red spot right here. So it looked like, I don't know, like I had like a red mustache basically, and so it really hurt. Like whenever I was walking, the wind would like blow up on it, and it just hurt. I was 6, give me a break, okay? And so I had a band-aid I put over it, and basically the band-aid was just from here to here, so it was of course like a mustache band-aid. Some kids would have thought that was awesome. I was mortified. I hated how I looked. I didn't want to go anywhere or do anything. I had gymnastics class later that night, and my other brothers did, and I would not go. And my mom was like, "What's the big deal? No one's gonna make fun of you. You'll be just fine. It's not gonna hurt you or anything. You're not gonna hurt at gymnastics." And I wouldn't do it. Yeah, we drove all the way to the gym. My other brothers did class, and I sat in the van and just wouldn't go. This is a giant hill, by the way. We're going up. It got to the point to where my mom went and got my teacher and brought him outside to come talk to me and try to convince me to come to the class. Let's switch hands. And he was like, "It's no big deal." And of course, coming from him with crazy hair, and he knew what it felt like to be looked at kind of weird, since you have a weird, I guess, outward appearance. And still wouldn't go. I was mortified. I was just so like self-conscious about it, and I figured everyone would say that I wouldn't go. And I ended up just skipping class that day. Next week I was just fine, didn't have it on anymore, and my life went on. So I tell you that story to kind of share with you what I read in my Bible today about what God thinks of you and of me, and of how we think of ourselves. There goes Copper. About our self-worth and self-consciousness about things like mustache tattoos. So I'm going to share with you Luke chapter 12 verses 22 through 26, and this is the NIV version, so here's what it says. Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will wear. For life is more than food, and body is more than clothes. Consider the ravens. They do not sorrow or reap, they have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable are you than birds? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? Since you cannot do this very little thing, why do you worry about the rest?" And I think that kind of sums up that whole story pretty awesome, I think, about how I worried about what people would think and what they would say about me. At a little point, I had people in my life telling me it's not that big of a deal, don't worry about it, and people that have experienced that kind of things, like my gymnastics teacher. Funny thing, he's actually a police officer right now, and he was at my wedding, and he's still part of my life, and it's super awesome. I'm excited that I still have a relationship with him. But yeah, so just a little story and a little sermon, I guess. But yeah, I just want to share with you that you are worth something, and I'm worth something, and God has a bigger plan. You can't see all of it. You're never going to see all of it. I'm not going to see all of it. But He's got all this figured out. He's done it, and He knows what He's doing. Right, Copper? For the ending of this video, we're going to have Copper fetch you a stick, and it's his favorite stick. It is right here. Copper, ready? Go get it. Bring it back, puppy. Bring it back. Get the stick. Bring it right here. Oh, close enough. Ready, Copper? Go get it again. Thank you guys for watching, and God bless.